Welcome here to Pigskin Saturday of your weekly dosage of college football. We're here in beautiful Tucson, Arizona for the game day matchup against the Arizona Wildcats and the UCLA Bruins. We got Race Fisher to my right, Justin Rogers to my left. And here to start out this week's show, we've got the best of the games of last week. Race?
First off, let's talk about Stanford versus USC. USC did not look very good in losing last week versus Stanford. On the other hand, Stanford looked very good, pulling away from USC in the fourth quarter. Adam, how did you think Stanford's quarterback did in this game?
Like I said last week, their quarterback at Hogan, I had high expectations for him. Behind Andrew Luck, I think he finally proved what he can do as a quarterback. And now I think if he plays to that capability every week, Stanford's going to be a team to beat.
I picked USC last week, and Stanford ended up showing up and getting the win, obviously, and they played good.
All right. And the next shocking game was Ole Miss versus Alabama. The reason I thought it was shocking is because I picked Alabama to win big last week.
Same.
But obviously that didn't happen. Now Adam picked Ole Miss.
You bet I did.
So tell us how excited you were when you saw that game.
I was very excited. I knew it was going to be a close game throughout, but their quarterback at Kelly showed that he was the real deal, and I think Ole Miss's offense is incredible. I think sometimes you got to be a little bit lucky to be better.
I was wrong about Chad Kelly.
Yeah. And Ole Miss got a lot of breaks to beat Alabama, just like that miracle pass they threw up and ended up scoring on. But, I mean, they deserved the win. They've moved up all the way to number 3, is it?
Number 3, 15-3. That's
impressive.
All right, Notre Dame's dominance versus Georgia Tech. The dominance in the first 3 quarters actually kind of shocked to me as a Notre Dame fan.
But the scary thing was Georgia Tech coming back at the end there.
Yeah, they came back at the end there. But Notre Dame looked really good in the first 3 quarters, and I expect Deshaun Kaiser to keep getting better as the season goes on.
I agree. He's come along well. He came in place for Malik just fine, and I think he's going to continue rolling.
Me last week picking Georgia Tech. Now seeing how good Notre Dame's defense played, they played outstanding. I mean, Notre Dame proved their team to beat. Notre Dame at home is good. So always pick Notre Dame at home. I mean, they played great.
All right, Ohio State barely won last week, and they had a quarterback issue. Now, Cardale Jones started the game, 2 interceptions in the first half. Urban Meyer said, "I'm done with you. Hold him." Put in JT Barrett and got the win. So, coming into this week, who do you think is going to start?
JT. I think JT Barrett gets the start, honestly. He came in, got the win.
I think that Cardale will get the start, but I mean, we all have our ups and downs as the weeks goes on, but as Ohio State, I think having those backup quarterbacks and JT Barrett in there, I think it's good for them in case something like that happens. I mean, that's why he's there. I mean, I think he'll over-practice this week. He'll improve. I think the mistakes will get fixed. He'll get the start. If the same thing happens again, I think JT's right back in there. Now, adding a new addition into our show of Pigskin Saturday, we have top plays of last week. Now, you'll be seeing Leonard Fournette and Alabama Ole Miss's crazy tip pass touchdown. And last week, let me tell you, there was a lot of top plays all around the country, and I think
Michigan
you guys
State's tight end with that great catch.
Yep, I think you guys are going to really enjoy this one, so sit back and relax and take a look at these top plays of last week.
the final segment of the show is the top games for this week. First off, we got number 18 Utah at number 13 Oregon. Now, Utah has been playing decent this season. Now, Oregon, on the other hand, has Vernon Adams, who's got a broken finger. No one knows if he's going to play this game. Adam, if he comes out and plays this game, do you think Oregon's going to get the win?
Well, I think either or, if he does or not, it'll be a good game. It's in Autzen Stadium, and that place is always sold out. Utah's second-ranked run defense is going to be a problem for the Oregon rush attack, who is currently ranked high in the country at 8th. Jeff Locke will be the other quarterback in the discussion, playing well last week under Marcus Mariota. I think either or. They both have experience. I think Oregon will run away at home, and the Utes have lost 4 straight in Autzen.
I think the Utes will sadly end up losing this one, but I think watching last game's performance of Utah versus Oregon, Utah could have won that game in the first half of the game, but didn't end up pulling it out, dropping the ball on a touchdown pass
That was
at the
disappointing.
1 yard line, and Oregon returning it for a touchdown. But I do think Oregon ends up pulling off the win with this one.
And do you think Royce Freeman is the X factor running back for Oregon?
Yes, he's a beast. 5'11", 230 pounds, 14th in the nation of rushing yards. I think if Oregon's forced to throw the ball, there will be struggles because Utah's secondary. They have 5 picks on the year, so
But
it'll
I
be a
think
close matchup.
the main thing to look at, though, is will Vernon Adams play? And honestly, I think the backup could do just as good as Vernon does.
Yes, sir.
Now, for your game day game of the day, we have number 9 UCLA at number 16 Arizona. Now, Arizona's defense will be the X factor in this game, won't it?
Yes, it will. I agree. Arizona's defense has been okay the last couple games. Their offense has been their strong key, but I think if Arizona will be getting turnovers, I think that'll be key in this matchup.
Since the first game, Josh Rosen is 33 of 65.
That's 50,
for
almost 50%.
Yeah, passing for only 329 yards, 2 touchdowns
In how many games?
in
2
games.
2 games.
Ooh.
He has 4
And
picks.
4 interceptions.
4 picks.
And those games were UNLV and BYU.
Yeah.
That's where that freshman gets you.
And Josh is leading the Pac-12 in interceptions right now. The closest to him is 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Josh Rosen for the Heisman? I mean, come on.
He had a great debut at Virginia, but I mean, ever since then he's been struggling a lot. He's been forcing balls into tight windows, and it hasn't been him. I think the nerves have really got to him.
Now, one quarterback we really need to look at is Anu Solomon. 800 yards this season and 10 TDs and 0 interceptions.
Yes, he's made good choices. I think from his experience last year playing big teams and away games, I think this will be good for him to be at home. I think it'll be huge that Arizona's at home tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, Arizona has at least 1 win over an AP top 25 team in the last 10 of 11 seasons. Under Rich Rodriguez, they are 3-1 against top 10 foes at home.
That will be a big stat. Under Rich Rodriguez, though, against UCLA, they're 0-3, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, 3-1 at home is a great stat. It's a great stat.
And with Josh Rosen struggling recently, I think Arizona gets the win this week.
Being at home, this place is going to be loud. Josh Rosen isn't going to be hearing play calls.
Arizona got new helmets.
Arizona's a
Arizona
crazier
does get
place
those
than
new
people
helmets.
think.
Arizona is a tough place to play. Pac-12 opponents in the past have found that out the hard way. This game's going to be very hype. So, Race, who do you got in this one?
Well, if Arizona's defense can show up and Scooby Wright can make some plays, I've got Arizona in this matchup.
Well, I think that Arizona's defense will be a key factor, like you said. If they get a turnover, that will be key. That will be the game plan. If they can stop the UCLA offense and they can get them off the field and they can run their offense, I think Rich Rodriguez will have a good game plan. I think I'm going to agree with you two on this game pick. I think all 3 of us have a good mindset of this whole upset. I think the Wildcats are going to get this win because of a couple turnovers on defense. Go Wildcats.
All right, that's it for this week's edition of Pigskin Saturday.
See you next week.